Hi guys, this is Professor Rajaram Kamath from Rajaram Kamath Finance Classes. So many students ask me, sir, can you please explain us how to register for the exam? So I thought I'll make a detailed video to explain you how to register for both December 20 exam or February 21 exam, or for that matter, May, August, November is gonna be same. So I thought I'll make a combined video for level 1 December 20 registration process as well as February 21, May 21, August 21 and November 21. So I hope that by now you would be clear that in the 2021 there will be level 1 exam conducted 4 times a year and not 2 times a year. So till 2020 the level 1 exam was being conducted as June and December, and obviously in the 2020 the level 1 June exam got cancelled because of corona. So level 1 December 20 is going to be the final exam which is going to be conducted as a paper pencil format. From 2021 the level 1 exam is going to be conducted in a digital, it's called as computer based exam, CBT, computer based test. So now that will be conducted over the computer, and that would be conducted in February, May, August and November. So the difference between 2020 and 2021 is actually nothing, a big difference. Just that the format is going to change. Instead of doing it on the paper pencil, the level 1 exam would be conducted on the computer. Syllabus exactly same, weightages of the subject exactly same 10 subjects, same syllabus, same weightages, everything same except 240 questions. The exam, December exam consists of 240 questions, that will be reduced to 180 questions. That's it. So 240 ke jagah 180 questions, paper pencil ke jagah digital format. Apart from that, nothing changes. No change in the syllabus, no, same 10 subjects, and the weightage exactly remains same. So if you have the 2020 books, you can straight away use that for 2021 also. But there's two big differences which you will get to know soon. But let me talk about one difference. One is that if you take a December 20 level 1 exam, it is going to cost you more. That's one drawback of December 20 level 1 exam. How much? I'll talk about it in a while. But if you take a February 21 exam, that's going to cost little lesser. So in terms of costing, the February 21 exam is going to be costing you little lesser. But there's one more point that you need to consider, and that is if you take a December 20 level 1 exam, the level 2 would be possible in June 21. By the way, I didn't talk about level 2 and level 3. The level 2 and level 3 are still going to be conducted in the June. That's only going to be once a year, and that's still going to be conducted in the paper pencil format. So only level 1 is going to be conducted 4 times a year, February, May, August and November, and digital format. Level 2, level 3 still going to be conducted in the month of June, as it has always been. And it is going to be conducted in the paper pencil format the way it has always been. So coming back, if you take a level 1 December 20 exam, yes, it is going to cost you more. However, it is going to allow you to take a level 2 June 21 exam. So if you want to target a level 2 June 21 exam, it is important and a must for you to take a level 1 December 20 exam. If you take a level 1 February exam, it's just 2 months after that, December month ke baad. However, if you take a level 1 February 21 exam, then level 2 would be in June 22. Straight 1 year ka delay. So if you take a December 20 level 1, then level 2 June 21 is allowed. If you take a level 1 in February 21 or May 21 or August or November, in that case, you will have to take level 2 in June 22. So straight 1 year ka delay hota hai. So that's a big thing. So if February 21 exam is going to cost you lower. However, the big drawback is your level 2 would be in June 22. Clear? So I'll talk about that registration questions in the coming thing. Just a second. I'll just get my mouse. So sorry for that. All right. So let's talk about the eligibility criteria first for level 1. So level 1 eligibility criteria could be you have to be one of the 3. So I'm going to just put across 3 things on the slide. You have to satisfy one of that. So one, you should be graduate on the date of enrollment. That is when you register. So whatever I'm doing right now is a registration process on that date and not on the date of the exam. You should be a graduate on the date of registration and not on the date of exam. Second, you should be in the final year of graduation on the date of registration. Again, on the date of registration, not on the date of the exam. And the third one is, let me take myself over here. Third one is, in case you couldn't complete your graduation for some reasons, then whatever years of education you could do, like after 12th, whatever years of education you could do, like let's say you dropped out of the college after second year. So 2 years of education, and in case you have 2 more years of work experience, then 2 plus 2 is equal to 4, you will be eligible. Suppose you dropped out of the college in the first year itself, first year after 12th. So 1 year of education. So if you could have 3 years of work experience, then 1 plus 3 would be equal to 4. With that, you will be eligible for the exam. Clear? So that last criteria is generally targeted for those students who couldn't complete their graduation for some reasons. I repeat, this criteria should be fulfilled at the time of registration for the exam and not at the time of appearing for the exam. And apart from that, you need one more thing, which is called as your passport. Without passport, you will not be registered. You will not be allowed to register for the exam. So passport is absolutely mandatory. All right. So this was the eligibility criteria. I hope you don't have any doubts on this. Either you should be graduate, or you should be in the final year of graduation, or in case you couldn't complete the graduation, then whatever years of education you have, add your work experience to it. If that sums up to 4 years, you are eligible. And obviously you should have a passport. Next, let's look at the deadlines. So level 1 December 20 exam, the fees are of two types. One is registration fees and one is exam fees. The exam fees are applicable for each level. So level 1, level 2, level 3 are to pay the exam fees. But registration fees is applicable only at the time of level 1. So you will not see registration fees coming for level 2 and level 3. Clear? So registration fee only for level 1, exam fee for level 1, level 2, level 3. So that sums up to the total fees. So for the December exam, there were 3 deadlines: the early deadline, the regular deadline, and the late deadline. So let's see what was the early deadline. Early deadline unfortunately has got over on March 25th. So if suppose I had that time machine and if I could go back, then I would have had to pay $450 of registration fee, $700 of exam fees, and $1,150 total fees. That multiplied by 75 rupees right now. So that comes to, I believe, around somewhere around 80,000. Second deadline is called as regular deadline. So let me take myself over here a bit. Okay, second deadline is called as your regular deadline. So which is applicable till August 19. So we do have time. So good amount of time. We still have around 2 months. It's what's here. I'm recording this video on 17th of June. So we do have time till 19th August. That is 2 more months. $450 of registration fee continues. There is no change, but exam fees become $1,000. So that becomes $1,450 total. And if you are late Latif, if you miss out the 19th August deadline also, then the registration fees still remains $450, but exam fees increases to $1,450. Together it becomes $1,900. Big exam fees for late Latifs. And September 9 ke baad late Latif also can't do anything. Clear? So obviously we would want to target 19th August because unfortunately we are not Doctor Strange or we are not Thanos. We don't have a time machine. So this is gone. So this March 25th is gone now. So we are targeting 19th August. In case I'm going for level 1 December 20, this is what I don't want to miss out. So just take a note of it. 19th August is a deadline that is your target that you want to register before 19th August. So should I register right now? Answer is big no. Wait till maybe around 1 week before 19th August and take a call at that time. Do not hurry up in registering because once you register, this $1,450 is not going to be refundable. So prepare thoroughly, take your time, prepare thoroughly, take test, evaluate your performance, get feedback from my side. And then once I give a consent, yes, you're doing good, then only register for the exam because $1,450 is a very huge amount. You cannot put it without evaluating yourself. So take your time. I'm not saying register on 19th of August. I'm not saying register on the 11th hour. So register maybe around 15th of August. Happy Independence Day. So on that day, you can register for the exam. This is for level 1 December 20. Now level 1 February 21. Let's see what are the timelines. So over here they have made from like February 21, May 21, August 21, and November 21. There were only 2 deadlines: the early and the regular. The late Latif deadline, late deadline, they have removed it. So early deadline is August 13. So in case you're going to go for level 1 February 21, the early deadline is August 13. The fees is $450 and $700. That makes it $1,150. And in case you miss this deadline, then the regular deadline is till, I missed out actually, I think this is November 3rd, I believe. Yeah, I think this is November 3. I will get to see when we register. I think this is November 3. I missed out on that. I'm so sorry. That's November 3, 450 plus 1000, that makes it 1450. So obviously over here, you're going to target this one, August 13th, 2020, 450 plus 700, that's 1150. So now obviously, so we would want to evaluate ki kya karna hai. Basically, shall I go for level 1 December 20 or shall I go for level 1 February 21? If I'm going for level 1 February 21, August 13th is what I should target, and my fees would be $1150. And if I'm going for level 1 December 20, I'm going to target August 19th as a deadline. And unfortunately, the fees are going to be a little higher, $1,450. I would recommend level 1 December 20 only and only if you're going to take level 2 June 21. For some reasons, if you believe that level 2 June 21 is not possible for me, I repeat, for some reason you believe that level 2 June 21 is not possible for me because I'm professionally too occupied or I'm personally too occupied. So level 2 June 21 is not possible for me. Then I would suggest that you go for level 1 February 21 or May 21 or August 21. Don't go for November 21 because November 21 again becomes a little closer to level 2 June 22. So if you believe that level 2 June 21 nahi hone wala hai, matlab I can't do it, then in that case, you should not spend $300 more. It's better to spend this $1150 for February 21 or May 21 or August 21 or November 21. But if you believe that, yes, I want to accelerate my career, I don't want to wait for one more year, because level 2 is the game changer, because level 2 makes the kind of the knowledge that you get in level 2 will help you get a job at a very respected level. So level 2 is going to make, I wouldn't say a life changer, but at least career changer. So if you want that career changer level 2 to be happening in 2021, then yes, do spend that $300 extra. Do go for this one, 1450. But yeah, you may say, sir, I want to make my career accelerate, but is it possible for me to do that? In that case, sir doesn't know you right now. So Rajaram sir, who's speaking to you right now, doesn't know you. So understand it. You know yourself, but you do not know about CFA syllabus. But Rajaram sir is on the exact extreme spectrum. He knows about CFA syllabus. He knows about CFA subjects, but he doesn't know your learning capability. He doesn't know your commitment. He doesn't know anything about you at this point. So in that case, what you will have to do is, once you register with us, you will have to give me a period of 1 month where you would start studying about CFA and you would start learning about CFA, and I start learning about you. So I get to know about you, your learning capability, your commitment, your hard work. And after that, I will give you 2 recommendations. One, Mr. XYZ, Mr. Rahul, let's say, Mr. Rahul, is it possible for you to take level 1 December 20 in the time that we have till December? And second, and the more important, Rahul, is it possible for you to take level 2 June 21? So both these recommendations, I will be able to give it to you after I analyze you for a period of at least 1 month. At the end of 1 month, I'm going to put you across a test, and based on your scores in the test, I'll get a complete fair idea whether level 1 December 20 and level 2 June 21 are possible considering the time constraint that we have. If it is not, then I will recommend that it's better you take a level 1 February 21 or a May 21 and level 2 June 22. So for that, you'll have to give me a period of 1 month. All right. So that was all about your background about registration, that which exam you should register. So I hope there is complete clarity now that you have, that in case a cost is a constraint, then go for level 1 February 21 and level 2 June 22. And in case the career wala point is important, I want to accelerate my career, in that case, it's important that you take a level 1 December 20 and level 2 June 21. By the way, for 2021 exams, whether it's level 2 June 21, if you take level 1 December 20 and level 2 June 21, or you taking level 1 in February 21 or May 21 or August 21 or November 21, there are some scholarships available, which I'm going to record a separate video. The purpose of this video is to help you see the registration process. So let's hit that. Let's go to the CFA Institute website. So here I am going to the CFA Institute website. So that's the CFA Institute website. So let me just talk it from scratch, cfinstitute.org. So that's the CF Institute website. Let me take myself a little down over here. So that's CF Institute website. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to program. So there's a small arrow below the program. And then I'm going to go down and click on this key called as register. Please see each step carefully. So I clicked on that register. Now I will click on this enroll and register. So I'm clicking on enroll and register. Obviously, I'm going to create a dummy application. I'm not going to register. I'm already cleared level 1, level 2, level 3. So I'm just clearing, I'm just making a dummy application. Uske baad, I'm going to click on create an account. I'm clicking on the create account. So I need to be asked email ID. So let me just put level 1, let's say December 20. And I actually created one ID like this. So let me say A, something like this. So this is a dummy ID just to explain you. So confirm it. I need to put the date. So I'm gonna, sorry, name. So I'm not gonna, okay, I'm just creating a dummy application. So I'm just putting XYZ, family name ABC. This is my email ID and I need to put a password. Same like you create an account. So any security question. So TK, I'm just gonna put something like this and CAPTCHA code. What was it? 3BK9CV. 3BK9CV. Perfect. All right. And create an account. So account will get created. As simple as that. All right. So if it doesn't automatically redirect, please wait. If it doesn't, then I can create on this click here. Okay. So it got, it's quite simple, guys. Don't worry. It's quite simple. All right, so now comes the two choices. Am I going to take for December 20 exam, which is paper exam, 192 locations conducted on 5th of December. And then, yes, I would be allowed level 2 June 21. This was the point I was making out. And in case I'm going to take a 2021 exam, then that's first year that exam would be admission on computer. That's kind of a pride feeling. Nothing like that, actually. You are the first one to be tested on computer. 400 locations instead of 192. And level 2 would be unfortunately in June 22. So that's a delay. That's a delay of a year. That's the reason I'm saying if you want to take a level 2 June 21, it is necessary that you have to take a level 1 in December 20. All right. So let me, kaun sa karu main? Ye karu? I'll go for, let's say, 2021. Same way. Even if I would have clicked that, it would have been the same kind of window. So I'm going to go for level 1 February 21. Early registration fee, which I was saying is 13th August, and then this was 3rd November. So I was right when I was over here, and I had mentioned that this is November 3. That was on August 9, August 19th. I was right, November 3. So it's August 13th, $700 and $450. They would have mentioned somewhere $450. It will come actually later on over here. That's going to be only there for the level 1. So let me click on register. Follow each step carefully, guys. All right. So country. I love my India. So that's India. Save and continue. All right. So I want to put my address. So let me put my address. So I'm just putting a dummy address because it's a dummy application. So you put your actual address. Save and continue. All right. So this is the international travel passport. So on the exam day, you need to have a valid international passport. And that was the point which I was making. It's must to have your international passport. So I need to put the details. Country of issuance is India, not Kazakhstan, India. Okay. And last 4 days of the passport are, let's say 1, 2, 3, 4. You have to put your obviously own. In case you don't have a passport, you have to apply for it. And let's say it's expiring somewhere over here. I'm taking some random date. And my phone number is again belonging to India. And I'm taking something. Is it 10 digits? Yeah, it's fine. 10 digits. So name XYZ, surname ABC, and my date of birth. So let's say I'm putting 1980, sorry. Yeah, 1998, 1997, something. Okay, that's fine. And I'm a male. Save and continue. Yeah, prefer not to answer was also. Just a second, guys. So sorry. So sorry, guys. I just got an important call. So sorry. So coming back over here. So entrance requirement, I was saying that you should be graduate on the date of enrollment, or final year, or that third criteria. So let me say I'm in my final year. All right, so save and continue. So now they will ask me, I'm okay in final year, so what is my university name? So let's say Mumbai University. University of Mumbai, it comes. But suppose your university name doesn't come. Let's say I'm from Pune University. Is it coming? Yes, Savitribai Phule Pune University. Okay, fine. So let's say I am from Chennai University. Is it coming? So it's not coming. So Chennai University is not coming. So no problem. In that case, you can put others, or you can just put Chennai University. There's no problem. You can allowed to put like Chennai University like this. The famous university name वो directly आ जाता है. Otherwise, it's you are allowed to put your university का नाम. You can type. And let's say I'm gonna pass. I'm gonna be passing in the month of May 21. I'm gonna clear my graduation in that May 21. Save and continue. Alright, so which of the following best describe your current employment? I'm a student, guys. I just looked at I'm a final year student, so I'm a student. You could put like employed, self-employed if you would have chosen the graduate option. Or because of Corona, in case you're not getting a job, you can put it unemployed or self-employed, anything is fine. University name, they're asking it again, no problem. I'll just put it, I have a patience, so Chennai University. Alright, so university, and again they're asking it, I don't know why. That's not a problem. City ke May 21. Save and continue. You see on your left hand side, you will get to know what process you are in. So I'm in step 5. So address done, passport done, entrance requirement, professional information done. Now I'm at professional conduct inquiry. So these are the questions that answers of which are mostly going to be no for every one of you, that you're not suspended, you're not expelled, you're not prohibited, you're not convicted. So mostly the answers are going to be no, but still, एक बार देख लेना, just go through it. But most of you are kind of most ethical students of mine. So most of you are not going to see any yes, but be frank in that case. So all are going to be no, and save and continue. So my step 5 is done now. So where am I now? So I'm at step 6, which is personal data consent. So CF Institute is going to collect your personal data, and don't worry guys, they're going to keep it confidential. So you can go through it, but you have to accept it but CF Institute is going to keep your data confidential. Don't worry about it. All right, so now we are at step 7. So step 7 is candidate agreement. So again, it's like that agreement, like which any software, when you install, you have to go for that agreement. So you can say collapse all like this, and then go directly down, and I understand, accept, and save and continue. There's nothing big in that agreement that you need to worry about. All right, so now step 8, exam preparation providers. So there are certain providers who are affiliated with CF Institute. If you want your data to be shared with them, you can click on yes. And if you want your data to remain confidential, you do not want your data to be shared with the affiliated providers, in that case, you can create no. So you can select no over here, there's no problem. So that's step 8 done. And now we are at step 9, which is review. So you need to review everything. So just review everything, your address, then international travel passport, entrance requirements, go through everything, and then click on proceed to payment. So now paisa wala step aa gaya. So now make sure you understand it. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk you through from the PPT which I have made. So there are 2 modes of payment, actually 3 now. So third payment is actually not applicable for Indian. So for India, there are 2 payments. One is credit or debit card. But generally, success of credit card is more. Debit card, although they mention we allow it, but there are a lot of problems with using debit card. So I'll say credit card. But agar international debit card hai, if you have international debit card, it absolutely works. But just that the limit, generally the limit of the debit cards are 50,000. So you have to call your bank and ask them to increase the limit to 1 lakh. Clear? So that's what you need to do. And second one is called as wire transfer, which is absolutely beautiful method of transferring the money in case you don't have a credit card. And even if you have the credit card, there's one more advantage of wire transfer, which I'll tell it to you once I demonstrate that. So let's come over here. So now CBT is, I think, computer-based testing. Yeah, CBT is computer-based testing, which is for February 21, not for December 20. So look at the cost: 550, 450, and 150. 550, 450, and 150. So actually 550 plus 150 is that $700 which I was talking about. So this is 550 and this is 150, which is $700 which I was talking about. And this is that 450 registration enrollment fees. That makes it 1150. So click on continue. All right, so now you have three methods. One is credit card, one is Alipay, which I was talking about. The Alipay method is generally not applicable in India. So you have credit card method where you have to put your credit card number or your friends or your fathers or your mothers or your uncles or any one of your well-wishers. You need credit card number, you need expiration details, CVV and name of the card. And importantly, no OTP would be sent because this is international transactions. Unfortunately for international transactions, there's no OTP. And that is the reason that many people say to us that I should keep my credit card details confidential. That is the reason over here. You just need card number, you need expiration details, name on the card and CVV number, and you're done. No OTP is given. That's kind of a risk actually, but not just with CFA Institute, guys. It's there with any international transaction. Alipay, as I told, it's not there. And this is the wired invoice. Let's see what to do in case of wired invoice. So I'm going to click on the wired invoice, pay by invoice, and I'm going to click continue. I'll explain what is that. So let the invoice come, I'll explain. All right, so to confirm that you want to pay by invoice, click place order below. So I'm going to click on place order. Wired invoice, I love the wired invoice. I'll tell you the reason why. Let the invoice get generated. All right, so now the invoice had got generated, so I need to download it. So I'm just going to download the invoice PDF. So that's a PDF. Now, today's date, 18th June, where was the invoice generated. Now look at it carefully. What is the due date? The due date is 18th July. That means I get one more month to make the payment of this invoice. And what's more is that in case in this period of 1 month, I decide that I don't want to take a CFA exam, then it's fine. It's completely fine that you generate an invoice and not pay for it. So what actually many people do, and that's fine actually, what they do is, suppose I'm taking a level 1 December 20 exam. So I know that 19th August is the important date. So what I'll do on August 18th, I will generate the invoice. I'm so sorry with my bad handwriting. August 18th is where I will generate an invoice. So basically this invoice date would be August 18th and this date would be September 18th. That means technically the 19th August deadline will not be 19th August. Technically, with the help of invoice, I can make this deadline as September 18th. And as I said, it is not compulsory, guys, to make the payment of the invoice. This invoice, it's not compulsory that you have to pay it. In the period of 1 month, if you decide ki nahi, I don't want to take level 1 exam in December, I want to take it, let's say February or May, this invoice, you can simply not pay for it. It automatically gets cancelled. That's a beautiful part of this invoice. How do you pay this invoice? There are two ways. One is internet transfer. Some banks, like I think ICICI also allowed it. So ICICI, Citibank, IDBI Bank, SBI allows international transfer on the using the internet, and some banks don't allow it. So if you could catch one of your friends who has the account with Citibank or ICICI, you would be able to make the transfer. In case you're not able to find, I could help you out with that. So I have account with ICICI. I think Pooja has account with ICICI. I have account with Citibank, so I will be able to help you out with that. And in case अगर मैंने भी हाथ खड़े कर दिए, I won't do that. But suppose I'm just saying that you couldn't find anyone who can help you with the international transfer online. You can always go to a bank and fill up a form which is called as SWIFT, SWIFT, SWIFT. That's over here, SWIFT transfer. You can make a form for SWIFT transfer and you would be able to transfer it. But just give a 5 days at least. We have mentioned that it may take a 5 days. So in case your deadline is September 18th, try to make the payment before like September 13th. Clear? Actually 5 business days. So maybe like September 10th would be a little better. In case you're going to take my help, I'll let you know. So in case you want to take my help to pay the invoice, I'll be more than happy. So you can WhatsApp me. So that was it, guys. So that was it to explain you. So once you make the payment of the invoice, then you are done. So that was it about explanations about the mode of payments, etc. And I hope you understood it. Thank you so much, guys, for listening to me. And I hope the last 20-25 minutes that you spent watching me was worth. In case you have any doubts, feel free to get in touch with me. A separate video on scholarship is going to come soon. Mostly it's going to come today only, and I'm going to put it on my YouTube channel. So now a little bit of marketing. So we are still opening, admissions are still open. So right now, because of Corona, the admissions are online. And once Corona gets over, not sorry, admission, the classes are running online every day. Classes are almost there every day, except Wednesday is off. And we are taking like December 20 also and February 21 also. And as I said, after 1 month I spent with you, I'll be able to tell you December 20 level 1, level 2 June 21, or February 21 level 1 and level 2 June 22. That I will tell you after spending 1 month with you. So whatever inquiries you have, you can get in touch with me over this number. Please do WhatsApp me, because it may be possible that you call me and I may not be able to pick up the phone because I might be in online lectures right now. So you can WhatsApp me on this number. I am Professor Rajaram Kamath. It was glad to help you out in your registration process. In case something was not clear, do let me know. Thank you so much, guys. Bye. Take care.